This is just AMZN for Friday, August 24th, 2018. And we're looking at the whole day. Pre-market was gapping up, trapping some bears, but didn't really get going. It had a bullish candle and then just kind of paused and then pulled back, took that candle out. Um, all of this was right around some of this pivot, some of the middle of the range from yesterday. And it just didn't get going anywhere. Sort of put in a double bottom here. But you would have been having to buy right here at the low rather than waiting for a double bottom to play out and retest the neckline and getting in here, because then it just would have gone up a little bit. If you had a target high of yesterday, that would have been a little more than an R. But instead, it just collapsed. It came right back down, came right back in here, retesting that neckline again, another retest, and then just sideways. And at this point, if you were in that, you should have just exited. But right in here, I was seeing the lower highs and higher lows. I'm thinking, we've got a lot of level right in here. A lot of touches with wicks, broke out, collapsed. This is a double top, a smaller one. We've retested that. This is looking a little more bearish. We had the higher level yesterday. We're below it today. We have a higher low from yesterday, but we're further away from that. So I was actually looking that this would collapse back down into the low 1900s, come all the way back into 1900 is what I thought. But right in here was a great place to set up a really, really tight entry. You could have done, 1912, 25 by 1914, 25. I mean, it would have been a $2 risk on Amazon. And it would have worked phenomenally to take this down bearish. Had you gotten in, so let's see, you would have gotten in either on this candle or this candle. Let's go look at 1110 on the put. So at 1110 on the put, this was happening. And so you could have gotten in, let's just call it maybe 225, something like that, and you gotten in on above these candles here. 225 by 125 would have been $100, and you could have taken that up to 525, 6, almost 25, so 525 definitely on this candle even. So from 225 to 525, that would have been 3R right there. Would have taken a little while, almost an hour to play out that way, but that's 3R. Pulled back and then made a little bit of a higher move, and then it came back down in here because the pre-image is melting away. You could have had the same entry again, 225, and gotten out at 525 again, or this time it made it up to 625 in about 25 minutes. So that would have been at 1:45 p.m. So that was this move in here. What did I say, 125? No, that didn't sound right. 145, there we go. 145, this totally broke down. So, again, it had this bearish breakdown, taken out, the low of the triangle. It retested, not right into that level, but actually just went sideways just above it. This is a great stair step right through here. A little bit wider range. Once that candle comes in, it's like, okay, let's go in that direction, the continuation of this rolling down. And so again, either getting in right in here or getting in right here as it breaks down, the stop up here. Maybe you didn't get 225 by 125 again, but maybe you got 250 or even 3 by 2, something like that, and taking that up to 6. That would have been another 3R right here. Now this was looking at the 1910 put expiring today, and that just would have worked really well. That was the one that we were right in the range of being out of the money at first and then into the money. If you look at the move, it was out of the money through this triangle breakdown, and moved into the money. And once it got into the money, it really started to move nicely. All of this is an inside candle from yesterday. And it's actually, if you look at the open over here and the close down here, yesterday was a bearish candle on the daily, and today started out being a bullish gap and go. You can see that right here. We closed down here, we actually gapped up here, ended up with a bearish candle. So these are two selling candles. I mean, Monday, if something happens on the weekend, we can gap up above these, we're gone. We're going to hit probably 2,000 within next week if that happens. Maybe even do it, next week, before September, before the holiday. I could definitely see this grinding higher, by midweek, and then have some sellers come in again before holiday weekend, and 3 days off, not really knowing what's going to happen. But that's what I would hope to see, that we'd have a huge move up on the daily on Monday. And if that doesn't happen, if we go sideways a little longer, then let it just rest some more. We still have the bullish momentum. We've got a little bit lower volume from yesterday, but a really, really small, tight candle in here, and it looks like it's setting up for an easy bracket. Get in above it with a stop below, get in below it with a stop above, just go in either direction, whichever direction it actually moves. And you take a step back and look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 candles up in this range. They're just sideways. We've been sideways for over 2 weeks. We've done that before. Sideways. Sideways for like 3 weeks, something like that. So this happens. When it happens, it's setting up for something. Will it continue higher? Will break down? That is the only question that we got to figure out to get the right direction. But looking at the 5 minute, we can still play some of these small moves because we got an even smaller risk to reward. This one happened on Thursday. Seeing this, coming right into this level again and then breaking down. Today was just above that, really, really close, but just above that same level yesterday where it sold off. So some of the people who were sold yesterday up here were the ones selling here again. They just look for the same thing to happen, and it gets easier to play it on expiration Friday because the premium's almost gone to these options. You just got to pick the right one. And so seeing how this one moved through 1910 yesterday, it did it again. 1910 was the one to go because it got into the money. You could have done 1915. You could have done 1915, 1950. I'm not saying it right. 1912 and 50 cents. Keep trying to say 15 or 50, but it wasn't ready. Anyway, really nice move down, retest, holding this resistance, and then just break down again. So a couple of hours would have been easy to make on that kind of move. And we'll continue to look for those into next week and see what the market's going to give us. This is the 1905 call. Didn't really do much of anything. There was a couple points in here where it would have made a little bit of money, but it was losing it into the end of the day. So probably similar with the 1910. Oops, 1910 call. What did this one look like? Yeah, had a little bit of bouncing here, but this is a great triangle. Wow, look at that. That's amazing. See, okay, right around the 1110 time, it just all the premium came out of the 1910 call. That means the 1910 put, it was going sideways, very sideways in here, a little bit of lower highs that actually broke out. And, while the calls were losing value, or while the calls were consolidating with the triangle, an even triangle or symmetric triangle, this was making a, what's this? A decreasing triangle. I just don't remember the terminology. Decreasing triangle that ended up bouncing phenomenally. So you can always look at the options to see what the options are doing, how they're moving with this kind of inactivity where it's just going choppy. But a lot of times, there are some times where it just goes chop and goes sideways the rest of the day. There are times though where it has a move like this, or a much bigger move. And so we'll continue to keep an eye out for those and see if we can find some opportunities to get into that. So yeah, we'll see how things open next week. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.